whether they were inspired for the first time or for the first time in a long time, we registered a record number of voters. And it is those new voters who will lead our party to victory in November.
Welcome back to this special edition of Larry King Live with our panel of Reed Dickens, Ron Reagan, Lanny Davis, and Bev Smith. We'll get back with them in a moment. But right now, let's get another look at the board and John King. John, by the way, do you have a name for that board?
Larry,
no, I'm not kidding.
It
deserves a name.
It's officially the CNN multi-touch. That is what we call it. That's what it comes from the manufacturer, called the multi-touch. Around the shop here, some people call it the magic wall. Some people call it the magic board. Most of the time when I'm getting along with it, I call it wonderful and beautiful. When it defies me a little bit, we fight a little bit. But it's a great...
In other words, you're in love with this board.
You know, it has taught me a lot, and it has helped me try to explain some things with statistics and numbers. It is a great and fascinating tool in trying to look. This is a fascinating election. You've been talking about it with your panel. More people are interested, more people are watching. We're having a conversation with our viewers, and the board helps.
Let's show them how it works.
Well, it is amazing. Let's look quickly at what happened tonight. Then I want to look forward a little bit. Amazing to see what happens. Barack Obama wins the city of Philadelphia by a huge margin, Larry, 65% to 35%. Normally, if you're a Democrat in the state of Pennsylvania, that's what you want, because that carries you when you move out to other places. But then look what happened. He won in Philadelphia. He won in some not so populated counties down here. But then, wow, Hillary Clinton just swept out. Blue-collar corridor here, blue-collar corridor here, rural voters out in the middle and out here. Hillary Clinton just trounced him across, in some places by 80-20, 65-35. An impressive demographic and geographic sweep by Senator Clinton across this state, Larry. Now, what does that all mean? You zoom out to the map here, you see the contest still to come. Well, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Indiana are in this neighborhood. That will be a big fight ahead. You've been talking a little bit about North Carolina tonight. Oregon, the next big state that matters out there. But here's what matters the most. This is what the conversation is about in the Democratic Party right now. Senator Clinton makes up some ground tonight in the delegate chase. She is still behind Barack Obama. The green line is where we are tonight. Here's what's left out there to allocate. A little under 500 delegates remaining, and then 311 superdelegates. Let's just say, Larry, this is a hypothetical, but let's just say they roughly split the delegates the rest of the way. So of the 490, I'm going to give here, let's see, that's a little more than half. Let's give a little more than half to Senator Clinton. It's a hypothetical. Let's give the rest down here to Senator Obama. Well, then she's still behind Obama at the end if they split them roughly in half the rest of the way out. So what happens? These superdelegates, 300 superdelegates, decide who the Democratic Party's nominee is. How will they make their calculation? Will they make it on who has the most pledged delegates? Under this scenario, Obama does narrowly. Will they make it under who has the lead in the popular vote? Under this scenario, Obama probably would, just narrowly. Or will they make it about who's electable? That's up to them. That's the call they make. But if they did, let's say Senator Clinton got this many, she gets close to the finish line. The big calculation is that Obama needs a smaller number, Larry. If he got 123 of them, he would cross the finish line there. So these superdelegates, I'm going to take them away and put them back in their home in the undecided for now. These are the people who are going to decide your Democratic nominee unless something dramatic and something completely out of line with what we have seen happen so far happens in the future. Even if they split going forward, your superdelegates in the end make the decision.
Very well said. Thanks, John. Get some rest.
Thank you.
John King, terrific reporting. Ron Reagan, are superdelegates Democratic? I
mean,
that's not fair.
No, this should be, yeah, it is. This should be in Reed's party. Concept. Why don't the Republicans have superdelegates and things? No, they're not. You know, there's a question hanging over this whole proceeding here, and that is, what is Hillary Clinton's plan B? You see, listening to John, I don't think she can pull this off. I just don't think the numbers are there for her. So, plan A, obviously win the nomination and go to the White House, but what is plan B? Is plan B, I campaign hard for Barack Obama, our nominee, and I go back to the Senate with my head held high and I become the first woman Senate Majority Leader? Or is plan B, I want Obama to lose the general election, and I'll do whatever I can, subtly, to see that that happens, so that in 4 years I can run again as the I told you so candidate.
Or what about the third choice? I run as vice president.
I don't think that's going to happen. No.
Okay. Lanny Davis, I know that scenario doesn't appeal to you, but how do you counter it?
Well, I'm not a psychologist. Ron does a great job of psychoanalyzing, but I deal with facts. Fact one, she won a very good victory, and she showed that she can appeal to the broad center of the electorate, as she did in Ohio and in the battleground states that Democrats must win to win the White House. Fact two is that Barack Obama has not connected to these major battleground states, and there's something missing in his ability to talk to people who work for a living, who earn less than $50,000 a year. We've seen that in every major primary state, including in Pennsylvania. And fact three is today in Massachusetts, John McCain and Barack Obama are in a dead heat in a general election national poll, whereas Hillary Clinton is ahead by 15. Now, how is it possible that in Massachusetts, which even George McGovern carried out of 50 states, is the only state, Barack Obama is not defeating John McCain in Massachusetts? The answer is the reason why he lost Pennsylvania. He's not connecting to blue-collar, working-class voters that we Democrats must have to win back the presidency.
Bev Smith, I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have you respond. You're watching a special edition of Larry King Live on this historic night of the Pennsylvania primary. Don't go away.